Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is a channel update that I want to do to let you guys know where I'm going with this channel and what's been happening lately. First off, I want to thank and welcome all the new viewers I've gotten, all the subscribers, viewers. If you're not a subscriber, that's okay, just come on and view the videos, and if you like it, view it 50 times or whatever you want to do. But thank you all for coming. And what's really great this time, compared to 1999-2000, is there are so many more international viewers and players in this game. I'm really excited because back in those days, you know, when I was using US Robotics modem, I don't know if you guys know what those are, 28.8, had two of those actually, and everything was going over phone lines back then. There were only US players. There were a few players from other countries. I had some friends that were in that I was playing with that were in Korea and Japan because they had broadband over there, but it was a much smaller player base in terms of the demographics, where they're coming from. Nowadays, everybody seems to have broadband, and I'm getting viewers from South America, Europe, all parts of Asia, and they're all coming in. They're new to this game, and that's a great feeling, I got to tell you guys. If they would have been able to have that technology back then, can you imagine what this game would have been? I mean, just imagine. It was limited by the technology back then, but wow, it would have been something big. Anyway, welcome all you guys for coming and viewing. Thank you for subscribing, viewing, and leaving tips and all that. I've gotten great tips from all you guys. I'm really enjoying doing this. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the format of where I want to go with this. I want to do enough newbie stuff for new players, because if you look at the amount, when I look through the analytics and you look at the amount of hits I have, I get a lot of hits on the new player type of stuff. And I feel that means there's players out there that need to know stuff that we may already know. But I want to do at least one or two of those videos and some new player quests to go along with it to help the new players out, because they're the future of this game. If we get more new players into this game, I mean, this game will sustain itself and probably grow, hopefully. So that's what I want to do. I also want to do some quests, at least one or two quest segments each week, so that I have at least one video to go up each day. And you guys have been fantastic with suggesting quests to do. And hey, if it takes time to farm it, like the Crag Beast Queen, I mean, it'll just take longer, but I'm working on it, and someday or another I'll get that crazy Crag Beast Queen. But keep those suggestions coming. I mean, they're really good, and I like the items that are obtained through these quests. I mean, it's really good material, and also for me, it's fun to do. And I hadn't expected to have so much fun doing the heroic adventure. That was really great, and plus getting the named mob in there, Fire Sting, that was fantastic. And you guys were great when it came to telling me which item I should use, the doll or the pick. I mean, that was great. I mean, I would have been sitting there thinking about, which one's better, you know, for the longest time. But that was a great thing that you guys did, and I really appreciate it. So thank you again for doing that. So that I want to do that, and then I want to do a couple little farm videos and things like that, and leave a little room open for if people come up with ideas, and I want to get those ideas out right away. So I want to shoot for about 7 videos a week, maybe more. As you see, the amount of videos I've done so far has been, I think, more than one a day. And so we're on probably a pace to do 500 in this year. And I hope we hit that, because, you know, this game is big. And back in the day, it wasn't big. It was just a classic game that was tiny. And you got to the end at level 50, and that was it. There wasn't anything else to do in the game, except hone your trade skills or farm, or not much else. But now the game is so big that there could be, conceivably, there could be 2 videos a day, and of good stuff too, stuff that you could all watch and you'd enjoy watching. So that just shows how much is in this game. It's a lot of fun, and it's big. So keep those suggestions coming and let me know. Another thing I like to do is I like to meet you guys in game, and I like to do little videos of whatever you're doing. Because why? This game is not just about the pixels, it's about the people behind the pixels. And I feel that the new game has kind of lost a little bit of that, because in the classic days, there's more social interaction with the people. You got to know them, and they weren't just like a tune out there. That was somebody there, and I always felt I was interacting with that was a real person there. And I kind of missed that a little, but that's why I enjoy meeting you guys in the game, and doing a video of whatever you want to do. I mean, one of the fun ones I had is Planky killing Malalafin and clearing out planet growth. Those are fun, you know. And of course, I love looting the stuff too. Thank you very much. But if you guys got something that you are really badass at doing, or really good, or you want to show it off, gotta let me know. And let me know, because I want to do a video of it. I want to do a video showing how good you guys are. It's not about me, it's about you guys. I want to see what you can do. And for example, one of the viewers commented that his J5 was able to molo Nagafen. You know how cool that is? I really like seeing those things, because before I came on to live, the first thing I looked at was like people that had soloed Vox with like a cleric and things like that. Just crazy stuff, that takes too long. We could never videotape that, but you get the idea. And I thought, well, those are awesome achievements doing that. They should have it in the achievement list, when you go in and look at it, like soloed Vox, no merc or anything like that. I mean, you get like a big prize for doing that. But things like that, I think, are just fantastic. If you're really good at something, you want to show how awesome you are. Because why? Because guys, YouTube is going to live on a lot longer than EverQuest will. And we make a video, you're forever in it, and it's going to be on YouTube for a long, long time. Maybe show your grandkids this video, like, hey, that was me back there, because I mean, think about it. You look back, some of the videos I see are 6-7 years old, and it's really neat to look back. And it's kind of, if you can even see it, because the resolution is so bad, but it's neat to see what they were doing, what they were thinking back 7 years ago, 2010, and here we are today. Just imagine 7 years from now, your video is still on YouTube of you doing something you're good at. I think that's way, 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 way cool, because we don't just want to be forgotten. You want your video up there. So if you got something cool, or your zone you're really good at, or you want to show me how awesome you are, let me know. Of course, I don't want to die doing it, so pick something that's level appropriate, or where I won't get my face ripped off again, and I'd be glad to come there. But I mean, really, I'll be glad to go wherever it is. And if it's low level stuff, it doesn't matter to me, because it's the person behind the computer doing what they're doing. If you want to show me how you break the Emperor and the Ambassador room at Crushbone, good. I want to see it. I do, because it ain't easy. Of course, at level appropriate, I want to see that, I want to see how you do these things, and how, in my classic, AX Classic thing, I have video where I'm actually breaking, Garton Viswin's room up there. And that was kind of tough, but you never know if it'd work on live now. But yeah, things like that I want to see. Or if you got a story to tell, I want to hear it, And so part of it's going to be about you guys too. It's about you guys and your suggestions for what to do and all that. It's about who you are, and I want to see it too. I want to have fun out there, do things with you guys if we can. Now keep in mind that it may be hard, because I'm on the Vox server and the test server, and some of you guys are on totally different servers, and that's tough. And the funny thing is, before I came on Vox, I was thinking, hey, why don't I make a character on every server and upgrade them to heroic? Because that was when they were there, everybody was getting upgraded for everything. And I said, okay, well, let me get to 20 characters on Vox. And I never got there, because they cut that program off real fast. And I think I only got to like 16 or 14 characters. But I was really, seriously, I was planning to go to every server. And the next server I was going to go to was the Verona V server. I wanted to go to that server because they could trade no drop items. I was just really, really getting around. I was like, I want to go there. And then I couldn't make any more heroics. I was like, dang. So I was a little bummed out about that. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to make characters so that next year when the heroic comes along, I'm going to do that. And if they have the same deal where you can boost them for free, I'm boosting them. And I'm going to have like characters on every server, like Ranger, Druid, like just the basics at least, so I can come see you guys and play out there with you. It's more fun that way. So anyway, finally, the next subject I want to get to, and not one you've all been waiting for, is the Agnarr server. thanks to all the good responses I've gotten, I'm going to be going to Agnarr with you guys. That's right. 3 weeks. It's going to happen. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to do one account. Just one. Because, as you know, it is a classic for 12 weeks. That means 3 months. And as you know, it's probably only going to take you about a month to get to level 50. So I don't want to do 2 months and then end up being out there and then not doing anything for the second month and just letting my character sit there. As I predict I'll be level high 40s or probably even 50 by the time 1 month is up. And there's nothing else to do out there except you're going to raid Nagy, but that he's going to be camped, and then Nagy Vox and Golden the Free Boots, and what else? Nothing left. Maybe I don't even know if Plane of Hate's going to be available, or Fear Plane and all that, but at that point, who cares, There's better stuff right around the corner when Agnarr comes up, stuff that's way better. So I'm going to do it for 1 month. And I've already figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you right now. Guys, I'm going to start a Wood Elf Druid in Greater Fadark. That's right. Now, I know a lot of you guys that know this game are going to say, that character, it ain't going to be so good and all this. You know what? In the long run, you're right. In the long run, past Agnarr, I'd say that is a kind of a weak character. But you know what? In Classic, like when I played the game, that character is the second best character you can get. And I kid you not. And the reason why is this. Number one, you will never be poor with a Druid. You're going to be able to port people at least for 1 platinum, and even Spirit of Wolf people for 1 platinum. And I might have mentioned somewhere else in one of the comments, when I was playing Classic and I got on a nameless server, I knew another guy, a friend of mine, he was out there, and that guy was just hunting whatever, and all he'd do is just port around every once in a while. Every day he was making 50, 60 platinum a day. Every day. And still doing his whatever, leveling and farming stuff, 50, 60 platinum. It didn't take long, and then he started making even more and more after that. Next thing you know, he had 500 platinum, just like that. And everybody else was like just still scrapping away at stuff, and like, oh my god, I got bandit armor, or I got like crafted armor, and they're just like, oh god, I can't even do my trade skills, I'm so poor and all. 50, 60 platinum a day. Yeah, and the thing is, he soloed it most of the way too. Yeah, he made even more than the Necro I know. There's another guy who was a Necro, and he leveled up to 50 like most Necros did, and that guy didn't even have as much money. But the thing is, when you get an Agnarr, there's no plane of knowledge. There's no, it's the J-Boots, my God, it's going to be a nightmare camping that. Forget about it, I'm telling you. That was always a nightmare back then, and it will be even more of a nightmare now. So J-Boots is a nightmare, so you got to have somebody to cast a Spirit of Wolf, and that's like the Shaman or the Druid, or you need to have a Bard, but then it's not the same. The Bard, he's got to go with you. You can't just cast it and then go. So you imagine, you cast a sow and you cast a circle of whatever, and that's 2 platinum right there. And you fill up the group, and he would just hang around areas, fill up the group, and then teleport them. He'd wait till he's got like 4 people in there. Yeah, bam. Another thing too is starting out, the Druid levels really, really fast, I feel. And the one thing I like about it is you get Harmony. And let me tell you, that Harmony is something else. Up to level 40. That thing works great. I mean, like I said, as an enchanter, I wish we had a Harmony at that level. But no, they don't. You have to just use lull and soothe. That's it, single target. But Harmony, man, good stuff. So you get Harmony, you get Snare, you get a damage shield. You can heal and all that. And up to a certain point in the game, and I would say even late game Classic, Druid has enough healing power. I mean, it ain't the most efficient, but it is good healing power. Enough to keep you going. And when you're in the dungeons, you need to be able to snare. There's no doubt about it. You get in those dungeons like Guck, you got to snare. And you got to have somebody that can do that. And the Druid's the one that's going to do that. And he's going to be able to evac you on top of that. So you may be reading a lot of stuff like, well, they're not needed in groups and all that. No, when I was playing, they were. They always wanted to have 1 Druid in the group, because the game back then, ain't like it is now. Like now it's okay if you die. Oh, no big deal. I die. Just go down to the guild lobby and all that. Or whatever. There's people running around doing 96% reses and stuff. And it's no big deal. Back then, dying was a bad thing. And that was a major setback. People used to get so pissed when they died. Yeah, well, of course you had to go for your corpse. But they were pissed because you lost a giant experience. Big ass experience. And that was no fun going to get that experience back and all. So people wanted somebody that can evac. You want a wizard in your group, also known as taxis back then, or you want a druid in there. And then, you know, another nice thing about the druid, if you level up fast enough, it's only going to be you and the necros taking on those hill giants in the Wrath Mountain. And some of those crazy hill giants drop some insane cash. You can go around, you can buy anything you want. You don't have to get in line and camp stupid things like Black Iron Bastard Store or Black Iron Medallion. You're not going to have to camp that. You just buy it. And, you know, there's going to be guys camping that 24/7. They're just going to be parked in there. Same dude every day, 24/7 camping Black Iron Medallion. Believe me. And then there's going to be other people just clearing out the whole dungeon. And forget the FBSS, you will not even see any of that. Even with a pick zone. Because when I played, I never had any of that. It's just only on a mature server where you're going to get that. So, point being, Druid I feel is the best one to start with. Up until Kunark. And I just plan to play it and cover it for the first month. And then I'm coming back to the live server here. Because I want to cover the end game contents and level my characters up. Because that's originally why I came here. I've done so much the emulator stuff. That after a while it gets a little bit old, and you've seen it all, and there's only so much you can do, but there's so much new stuff in this game that I want to see it, and I want to experience that. So, but once again, Agnarr, it's a once in a rare time experience, once a year or whatever, once every 2 years. And for you new guys that are listening, why you should be on Agnarr is because of this. It is the only time you're going to get to be on a server where everybody starts at the same place. There's not going to be any super Twinkies running around, no power levels, none of that. You get to go back in a time machine. Well, kinda. It's not exactly what it really was because there's no corpse runs and, you know, money weighed money back then. But you're going to get to see what it was really like. You're going to get to see what everybody was talking about. You're going to get to see why people out there like to play P99, things like that. But of course, P99, they don't have any new servers. If they did, whoa, there'd be a lot of people there, but they don't. It's just, they have, all their servers are really mature, and there's just too many people on them, and the economy's mature and all that. You don't get that same feeling, but this is the only place you're going to get this for at least another year or two. And that's if, you know, EQ keeps going and if they continue to make more time lock progression servers. So you're going to get to see what everybody was talking about and what they're experiencing, and hopefully capture a little bit of that magic. I really hope you'll be able to. And so it's worth it to try it. At least try a month, because you'll probably get to level 50 and or so, and you'll get to see how it really was. And I think after that first month, like one of my viewers mentioned, shout out to Rick, he's totally right. It will kind of die out, I believe. And as it always did in the past. In the past, it did the same thing where after a month, so many people are level 50, level 45 that it dies out. So, you know, play it for a month. Give it a try. Because a lot of new users up to the game are coming up to me and saying, you know what? There's nobody playing this game anymore. And I go, no, there really are. The problem is they're just all really high level, and you're never going to see them because you're in Blightfire or Crescent Reach, and you're never going to know. There are players, but they're all up at the top end. So this would be a time for you guys to get to see what it is. It will not be hard to get a group. People will want you in the group. Even if you're not the best class. I mean, of course, if you're a rogue, they may not want you because, you know, they're kind of weak back then. But, hey, they're going to want you in the group. And it will not be hard finding a group. And you're going to get to see everybody at the same level. And you're going to get to see the struggle that everybody had. And all the frustrations and all the excitement that goes along with it. And you're going to get to hopefully feel what everybody else felt back then. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Once again, your comments are highly valued. I really appreciate all of them. If you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave them. And let me know what you're going to do on Agnarr. And I'd like to see all you guys on Agnarr and get together. And to all the viewers here, free teleports and Spirit of Wolf for all you guys. Just mention that you're my viewer and I'll definitely give you a free teleport and Spirit of Wolf. Free anywhere you want to go. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. And I will see you there. I'll probably give another update right before Agnarr starts. Thank you for listening.